up here. I just realized that. I probably need another light. So bear with me for a second. I am going to grab a light, like legit a light that goes onto here, and I'll be right back. And we'll get this started. We're talking Severin tonight, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that. I'm at a little bit of a slant right now, so I want to fix that too. So I'll be right back. Please hold on. My eyes were good. All right. Let's get this working. I'm sorry, guys. For those that came in and didn't see me here, I went to grab a light for this video because where I'm at right now, it's a little bit darker. It doesn't seem dark in the room when I'm in here on my own. But it's hey there, Cinematic Collector. Hey there, Griffin. Hey there, Alan. Hey there, George. Welcome, man. Hey there, Shadow. I am... Yeah, I guess I'll get that out of the way. For those that don't know, if you're not on my Twitter or my Facebook or Instagram, it was a rough day, and it's still pretty rough. My Nan passed away this morning. I've mentioned her a few times on the channel recently. Hey there, Jason. And we knew she wasn't getting better, but we always hope for the Christmas miracle type of thing. Thank you, George. But she's not in pain. She's with my pop, and I guess that's the way that I'm hoping to see it right now. I do apologize about being so red, but it's where I'm at. But I came here for a reason. I wanted to, because Severin made their announcements, and yes, I did kind of announce some of this stuff here. I'm calling it out. I was one of the first people to announce these here titles before Severin announced them. But now we can look at the bundles, the special features, and the controversy, because Severin can't do something that's really cool. Hey there, Jesse. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. And thank you for all the words and well wishes that I received today. I was raised by my grandmother. For those that don't know, I was brought up by my grandparents. So that is, and my pop went a few years back. So yeah, in the last couple of years, she's been dealing with dementia, and it is a brutal disease. And I'm not going to talk about it too much because I want this to be a respite, not a downer of a place. But she's with Pops now. That's what I'm going to say. Anyway, I'm out of frame, and this is so unprofessional, but honestly, I don't care. Because right now, to be honest, I just want to be hanging with you guys. And truly mean that. You guys are awesome, and that's why I'm here right now. That and to talk about Severin. We'll do that. And thank you, everybody. But there were big announcements. And there was a controversy. Thank you, Craig. And Shadow, I didn't know that. So my heart goes out to you, man. You raised your granddaughter. That is amazing. And Eric, that is incredible. You should be very, very proud of yourselves. because it's called Stepping Up and Standing Up, and that's very big and very important. Hey Flip, love you too, man. All right, so we're going to talk Severin. Because I was not raised to get too emotional. Yes, I was actually. Um, so there's a controversy. We'll get into the controversy before we get into the bundles and stuff. So has anybody heard or know about the controversy that's going on with Severin right now? Which is a bit of a ridiculous controversy. All right, so this is I'm sure you guys can't see the page that well, but I do have it like lightened as much as I can. Uh, so there is this. Shadow knows about it. Thank you, Alan. Black Friday leftovers. So some people are upset that when Severin put up their new stuff, the exclusive to Black Friday stuff was put up again for like the leftover stuff for Black Friday. And I'm not gonna like kind of like bandy about like and just hem and ham my thoughts on it. I'm gonna be blunt like I always am. I think this is a great idea. If a company has leftover stuff, especially at a time when they can't go out to conventions and all that type of stuff, when they're dependent upon uh, people being able to go in afterwards and get their stuff, and this is the primary and only way that they're making their money. Honestly, guys, damn good on them. I 100% back Severin on this one. It is a great idea. See, there are some good titles on there, and I'll be honest with you, Jesse. There's a couple that I wasn't aware of that after watching the trailers I want. Unfortunately, kind of broke, which is understandable. It's like 2 weeks before Christmas, um, but I know there was one here that my better half got for me because she told me last night uh, what my secret present was, and I was very surprised. But all the big bundle, the is here, and the Overture bundle is here, which is just the movies. The Theater Bazaar. I know a lot of people are into this one. Maybe I'm getting old. Like I think that's what it is. Like I am. I'm trying to get a light here. Good. Oh, but not am I. How's that? Is that better? I don't have to go on the there. Um, so Theater Bazaar is not for me. It's something I would buy. Maybe I buy like inexpensively, but I wouldn't buy it like at full price. But that being said, I don't think I'm the market for Theater Bazaar. I think if you're like the Rob Zombie type fan, hey there, Brian, welcome to the channel, man. Congratulations, and everybody, welcome Brian to the cult because we always welcome new members in. That's a big thing that we do. And guys, I have all nights tonight to do it. Tonight's the night. So welcome Brian to the cult because you guys know I halt things until you guys do. So Theater Bazaar is not for me. Now I think Shadow, you're the one you were interested in Theater Bazaar. Um, it's more of a bit of a gore fest with one story in it that kind of interests me. But that being said, I know that this is something that a lot of people are going to be interested in. Theater Bazaar is going to be one of those titles that are going to like, hey there, Chris, welcome, man, and thank you so much. Yeah, and then you're so I watched the Attic Experiment Expedition like trailer for the first time today. I just wanted the title alone. Hey there, Dungeon Man. Uh, okay, there we go. That's a different take on it. See, I don't know the title at all. Like, and I've never seen it, so I'd be lying if I told you I knew anything but Theater Bazaar except from the name and what I saw in the trailer and a review that I watched. that showed some really gory stuff. And I'm a Fulci guy, so I'm not. It's not. It was just the type of gore, I guess. Hey there, Ian. Welcome, man. The Attic Expedition looks really interesting. That one intrigued me. People said, you should look at Attic Expedition. I'm like, no, I'm going all in on Vinegar Syndrome this year. So I'm going to wait on that. But they were right. Hopefully you like them. I'm actually going to be doing a review later on, either tonight or tomorrow, on the Hammer set to coincide with the Cobwebs podcast that I'm going to be on coming tomorrow, talking about the Hammer set. You think I dig it? It does have that kind of feel. Plague Town, I'll be honest, again, meh. Tales of the Uncanny, this was the secret thing, that one of the secret things my better half like got on this side for me. So I truly appreciate that. That's the one that she knew I'd be interested in because she knows I'm a freak for documentaries, and she knows that I have a huge love of anthology films. So that's something that I know is under my Christmas tree. Well, it's going to be because you know what, Severin sent out stuff, and I'm still waiting on Vinegar Syndrome. Come on, Vinegar Syndrome, you're slacking, man. Castle of the Creeping Flesh. It has a Howard Vernon in it. I'm a huge Howard Vernon fan from like Jess Franco days, but I don't think Creeping Flesh is something that I want to grab on an opening day. Silent Madness is really good. Now, No Way Home. Why did I not know what this was? I thought I knew exactly what this was. I was 100% wrong. And I will say it right now. I missed this boat. I should have bought No Way Home. We watched the trailer. Me and my better half did. And she was like, "Hey there, you're lucky, dude." Um, and she was like, "I would totally hate this movie, but it's completely your thing, Aaron." And she's right. It actually is. This is really interesting, actually, and the cast is fantastic. But I know you guys are here to talk about the bundles, about what's coming out, about the features. So, do you want to break them down? I say I don't think so. I mean, like for what they do, and especially right now. Yeah, no, it looks amazing. Uh, I kind of hope they keep this on for a while. If I get any Christmas money, maybe I'll do it. Because that looks incredible. I want to see what you're talking about here. It feels really despicable. Now, this is the. So do you want us to go through the bundles first, or would you prefer to go through the movies, uh, like with the extras, special features, that type of thing, and then go into the bundles afterwards? So again, this is your road to travel on which way you want to take it. Bundles? Okay, there we go. We'll go for the bundles first. So the big bundle is, I'll see if I can bring it up large. Still not sure if you can see all that. So this is here. Hey there, Al. Welcome. So we got Perdita Durango, The Day of the Beast. Both of these are 4K releases. This is their first 4K releases. Nosferatu in Venice, and A Scream in the Streets. And we got art prints, floaty vampire pins, a temporary tattoo. We have 2 enamel pins, one of Kinski and one of the director for these 2 films. 2 t-shirts, a woman's shirt and a men's shirt. A 18 by 24 poster and a fetus jar, which is, I guess, only for the bundle. So this is how it breaks down in the bundle. Perdita Durango is the 4K Ultra HD plus Blu-ray with slipcover. There is Day of the Beast, 4K Ultra HD, Blu-ray with slipcover, Nosferatu in Venice, Blu-ray featuring exclusive slipcover, A Scream in the Streets, Blu-ray featuring exclusive slipcover, Perdita Durango Fetus Jar replica from Little Shop of Gore. It's a bundle exclusive. The Perdita Durango enamel pin, the Severin Films Hall of Fame enamel pin of Alex de la Iglesia, uh, the Perdita Durango art print, Perdita Durango temporary tattoo, the Durango women's tee, the Day of the Beast men's tee, Nosferatu Venice art print, Severin Films Hall of Fame enamel pin for Klaus Kinski, floaty vampire pin, and an 18 by 24 Nosferatu in Venice poster. And we'll that's the first bundle. Hey Kubrick, welcome, man. I do think it's a decent price for everything that's in there. Like, but here's the thing: there's bundles, different bundles, and you can buy them separately. So nobody has to buy a bundle that they don't want to buy. That's the way I like to take it, right? And let's just say you just want the four films. You don't care about any of the other stuff. You want the four films. You want to get the slip covers. $117 for the March 2021 bundle. That's my birthday month, by the way. For the 4K Ultra HD bundle, which gives you the two 4K Blu-rays, the two shirts, the temporary tattoo, the I think it's two enamel pins, and the no, yeah, two enamel pins, and the art print. March 31st. Yeah, mine too. Craig, we are birthday brothers. Is 118. 117, sorry. Oh no, 126 for the 4K bundle. Now you can buy a Blu-ray bundle that's not 4K, and that one gives you the same stuff except you get the Blu-ray instead of the 4K. So you can choose just to have Blu-ray. And that's there for $113, which is a pretty good price. I'd go for the 4K myself, so you future-proof. And the bundle that I'm very intrigued about, because I don't think I'll get the expensive bundle, is Nosferatu in Venice. This has Nosferatu in Venice. It has a Klaus Kinski enamel, the vampire floaty pin, which I do love, the Nosferatu in Venice poster, and the art print. And honestly, there's no way anybody can say that that's not worth $58, because that is. Especially when you're looking at the posters and the art prints and the enamel pins. I really love their enamel pins. And for those that haven't seen Nosferatu in Venice, I actually really love that film. Thank you, Cinematech. Best wishes to you and yours as well. All right, so it's okay, Jesse. You're being honest. You're speaking your truth, and that's okay. That's. I personally love that extra stuff, the extra bling, but I get that that's not for everybody. It does. My National Venice is actually really good. I actually like that film a lot. So for Purita Durango, we have On the Border interview with director Alex de la Iglesia. We have writing Purita Durango interview with the writer Barry Gifford. Dancing with the Devil and appraisal by film scholar Dr. Rebecca McKendry. Hey there, Emily. Welcome. Did you get your notification yet? Because I have not got mine. Hey there, Eddie. And Brian, you just got extra cool points for being a Kinski fan because I am also a huge Kinski fan. Though I did have to contact them after all. Hey there, Brian. Welcome, man. From the infamous Just to This Pure Cinema podcast, and of course the Just to This video channel, YouTube channel, which you guys got to check out. I had to contact them because one of the things that I ordered, I realized I didn't get a notification for. Like I got a notification in PayPal, but I didn't receive an order notification for one of the titles that I ordered. So that kind of So I kind of just kill two birds with one stone. Check said, hey, I want to check my shipment notification, but really what I'm trying to find out about is, uh, yeah, Vinegar Syndrome. So basically, because I did a couple orders. Uh, I want more novelizations too. So Jesse, did you order the everything bundle? Did you pre-order the everything bundle? I think the thing that's making me nervous right now is that I'm one of the people that pre-ordered the bundle, and it looks like they're that people that didn't pre-order the flash package have shipped. So Dr. Mark, you're like me. Yes, I did see the announcement about the Beast Mat. I'm okay with that. Like they're sending it. They already acknowledged it. And they're sending it like the disc. So I'll be okay. I can wait. Got your notification. Okay, I don't feel so bad now. I was a little bit nervous before. Thank you guys, by the way. All right, so we got another interview here with Abraham Castillo Flores and Cauldron Blood author Jim Schultz. Oh, man, I'm going to be horrible with these names. Interview with composer Simon Boswell. I can do that one. And interview with director of photography Flavio Labiano. I don't get why people get angry. I mean, it's not going to change anything. Like the fact that they acknowledged it and they're working on it, uh, that's the uh, that's the issue. That's the thing, right? If they acknowledge it and they say, "Okay, we're working on it. We're going to get it out to you." Hey there, Hedge. Um, okay, but if they just okay, well, if they just hadn't said anything about it, then I can see people getting upset. All companies make mistakes. Me too, Em. I'm crossing my fingers for both of us. All right, so we got here one that I'm very interested in, and that is the Day of the Beast. Apparently, Guillermo del Toro is very interested in this too. Uh, and this is actually a really cool one. So this is uh, got a feature-length documentary by Diego Lopez and David Pizarro on the making cultural impact of Day of the Beast. Antichrist Superstar interview with director Alex de la Iglesia. The Man Who Saved the World interview with actor Armando Durazi. Beauty and the Beast interview with actress Maria Garza. We're going to go with that. Beauty and the Beast interview with the director of photography. And a Mirandus Assassinus, 1990 short film by the director, along with some trailers. All right, next up we have Nosferatu in Venice. So, really digging this one. I mean, my dad's a fan of this one as well. I got to speak to my dad about this one because I know he knows this film well, and this is one that's been really hard to get. Um, I remember having it back in the day. Remember the Video Search Miami days I talked to you guys about sometimes? So I remember getting this one from Video Search Miami back in the day. It wasn't a good print at the time. You can't make everybody happy. You can only do the best you can do. All right, so Creation is Violence. And anecdotes from Kinski's final years. From what I'd read previously, that's kind of like a kind of feature length, but I gotta get a notification of that to be sure. I'm going to hope that Triple Flicks Mafia is kind of a joke channel. Uh, there's additional cast and crew interviews, trailers, web store exclusive slipcovers. I got to be very careful with the next one. I'm going to show the standard edition because I think there's nudity on the other edition. So, Scream the Streets is a Harry Novak film. Well, Video Search Miami used to be like one of those. I'm not sure if they ran it in the U.S., but in Canada, you had to buy like you had paid $5, and you got like this book, this glossy book with these normal pages on the inside, and There's a whole list of titles. It wasn't like a lot of information on them, and it was $25 per title, and you'd get it come in the mail, and it would have like a kind of a bluish green, like kind of cardboard inside slip. Do I like the TV show? I grew up in the '80s. I love the TV show Miami Vice. So yeah, that was a it was definitely old school. Yeah. Um, so I don't know much about Scream the Streets. It's a Harry Novak one, so it's going to be like not 9 chance out of 10. Super sleazy. That's kind of what Harry Novak does. But you got to take that going in. Uh, his stuff is never. Mill Creek a while back put it the set for put this over here right now because so that's. Did I see the new Aerial Postcard for Legend? I did not actually. I did not. So Arrow's putting a Legend. Yeah, I'm being as you can tell, it's one of those days where I'm being what's the word? I'm being interrogated. You guys are interrogating me, and that's how it's working. I'm under the hot lights. Someone found in the Tremors 4K. That is nice. Sleazy like Franco, different type of sleazy. Uh, for those that are newer here, uh, I'm a huge fan. Brian Sowers not as much, but I'm a huge fan of of Jess Franco's work. Not everything's obviously not everything's perfect, but I'm a huge fan. Somebody left us since I said that. Uh, I'm a huge fan of the work of Jess Franco. Um, and the big thing for me, and I guess, and somebody said this, and I think I watched a documentary on it. So I can't I don't want to be credited with making this observation, but when they said it, it kind of like it resonated and it clicked with me. When you take filmmakers like music, and you get guys like maybe like Alex Cox, right? And his stuff is kind of new wave, and you'll have like people when you watch their films, they're they're kind of harsh, they're kind of punk. So Jess Franco uh, was a huge fan of jazz music, and jazz can be different and eclectic and challenging and not completely clean. And that's exactly what Franco's films are. Franco's films are jazz. That's the that's my not just my interpretation. There was another person that said this. I just don't remember the name, or I would totally. What's my Franco breakthrough film? Oh God, that is hard because I saw a lot of them at around the same time. But it was early. I was young when I got into Franco. I got into Franco and Fulci around the same time. Would I recommend RoboWar? It depends. I mean, Brian, I like RoboWar, but go in knowing it's like super cheesy, kind of a Italian ripoff film. There's a genre. It's really its own genre of Italian ripoff films. Shocking Dark is a fantastic one. Yes, please, guys, hit the like button. I really would appreciate that. Um, that that would be that would be so helpful. Shining Sex isn't one of his best. It's interesting. It's definitely an interesting title, Eddie. But if I was going in, like if you're going in to watch a Franco film, I'm gonna recommend something like The Devil's Honey. If you're more initiated, then I would say probably Vampire Lesbos, She Killed in Ecstasy, yeah, the Saul de Miranda stuff, really good. If you want to get like more a little bit of tamer stuff, excellent Ringo. I'm glad you liked it. Then I'm going to recommend something along the lines of maybe it's really early stuff, like uh, like the Diabolical Doctor Z or the Awful Doctor Orloff. Definitely stuff like that. John Merlin, I love John Merlin as well. I found John Merlin a little bit later in life, but I'd seen a couple of his movies, but I didn't associate it to the director. So whereas Jess Franco, I kind of knew Jess Franco, Argento, Martino, Fulci, those guys I kind of knew right away. Like I really picked up on their work. But Roland, it took me a little bit longer. Uli Lommel, I knew early on because Boogeyman was an early film that I saw on VHS, and I think I'd somehow gotten to see Boogeyman 2 as well, and that was a bit of a breakthrough for me. Yeah, Franco's Dracula is probably one of my most disappointing Franco films. To be bluntly honest with you, I know a lot of people. Uh, Emily, we have something in common because my last night was a rough night, and my better half looked at me and she said, "Do you want to know your secret Christmas present?" And and hey there, Sumo. And I was like, one, I didn't know there's a secret Christmas present. Two, why not? Uh, so she had ordered me uh, Tales of the Uncanny, and I don't know how the hell she did this because I know it's going to hurt us. But she ordered me Stephen Thrower's uh, volumes 1 and 2 of the Franco books, which are massive tomes. And she looked at me and she said, "Would I say Cruel Jaws is a better pickup than Robo War?" Maybe a little bit, actually, yeah. She said, "You want to study film?" And he said, "Anytime you watch like any of the people, like the Stephen Throwers, the Kim Newmans, any of those guys, you'll see some films in the background. But see, you know what you really see in the background a lot of times? You see a lot of books. There's a lot of film books in the background. And we need to get you some more film books." Now, my dad gets me a film book every year for Christmas. I'm not sure what he got me this year, but whatever it is, my better half said I'm going to love it. Because she, right now, like, stuff comes in from, and I don't see it. So anything that I get coming from any of you guys, if anything comes, uh, I'll let you guys know. But I know that my better half will take it and put it away till Christmas. But those I got extremely emotional when it came to that because one, she knew that Franco was somebody that admired a lot, and two, she went out and found the best. Well, we just discussed the film like lightly. We haven't really got any in depth in it, Matthew. Not yet. I need to get to Beyond Terror one down the road. I want to get like all the Thor books if I can. I could do with publishers for textbooks to course plan. That is actually a not a bad idea. Though I do think more than likely the way that I'm going to be doing it, I'm not going to like assign an actual like textbook per se as much as I'll like use them as reference sources along with the films and go from there. Definitely keep her. That's for sure. Um, because today was rough, guys, and yeah, I'm a lucky guy. I'm actually very excited about it. I'm like a kid when it comes to stuff like that. I know I got something coming from one or two of you guys, and I don't know what it is, and I'm very intrigued because I'm when I was a kid, I was the one that was like shaking the presents to try to find out what they were, and yeah, that's me. And when I became older, I was still the same way. I would go visit my mom around usually around Christmas time, and so I would be the one. I would be ripping my presents open like really really fast. I'd just like look at the name tag. Uh, Red Vinegar Syndrome book the Black Friday. Not a bad idea. There you go. I know that My good friend Jamie Blanks here, he actually let Joe Rubin know that I was a big fan of Vinegar Syndrome, and I did a lot on my channel for them. So they can't say they don't know who I am now. That's for sure. That's good. Um, Means my structuring students should buy a reference book. It depends. See, like the stuff I'm doing, I'm not going to be doing like full. I'm not going to. I'm doing like lectures. So it's not going to be like a full like month long like yearly kind of course like a daily thing. It's more of like kind of lecture based. So I'll be doing different lectures on like showing films, talking about film theory, structure, that type of thing. Something I wanted to this will be perfect to watch for Christmas. Oh, okay, I'm intrigued. I was intrigued anyway. Do I think Necronomicon will ever get a Blu-ray? That's the big question, Jacob. I mean, I really think it should. Uh, like, hey, Basement Blues. I do think so eventually because Necronomicon is one of those that's been out there for a while. It's got a DVD release in France. I know because I saw it. I almost picked it up actually, but it was only in French, and it definitely needs one. I actually really like Necronomicon. It's this little anthology film, guys. For those that don't know it, it's got Jeffrey Combs in it, and Jeffrey Combs, and he does like an amazing job, like he always does. Oh, you've heard the Incubus podcast? Nice. That's one of the first ones I did. Incubus is still one of my favorite Vinegar Syndrome titles, and I always recommend it for people going in. Like, watch Incubus. Now, Cemetery of Terror is right up there, too. I just love that film. I haven't watched The Contractor yet. I haven't got a chance. I mean, I want to. I had to watch, like, The Contractor with you. Oh, man. So, did you buy the French one or did you buy the German one? Because I know it came in a couple countries, right? We just don't have it here. Thank you, Italian Dan. Am I a fan of the releases from Agfa? I am actually. I really like Agfa. I've only got four of the releases right now, unfortunately. I got their two Ed Wood releases that they put out. I have Lady Street Fighter and I have Drug Stories. Hey there, Vanessa. Welcome. And Drug Stories was one that I really liked. That was a gift from one of you guys on here, and you know you are. Uh, and it's one that really kind of blew me away. Me and my cousin started watching some of them. They were like, if you watch like the movie Drug Stories, you never have to do any illicit drugs because that's perfectly fine. Did I get the new second set? I did not actually. I couldn't afford it. This, unfortunately, and it was a harder one to get, so I could kind of say, uh, okay, I couldn't pick it up, but it was hard to come by, around, especially around here. I actually love Perfect. I understand Roger Ebert, and Smut Without Smut. I did not know that was a thing until until after the sale, and I had it put on my short list. My better half asked me, like, if I get you something else, what do you want me to get you? Like, I had like five, six things put on short list for her to get, like to choose one of, and she went with something extremely different. But in 15 Agfa tiles, oh, nice artist. Got much of Indian Flats is. Now you're better off, Warlock. Zoom your family. That's what we're gonna be doing. Like, won't be Zoom. We'll be like FaceTiming the kids because we're Apple people. I've got Apple, and of course I got like my PC over there, which I do a lot of my work on when I'm making the Five Tall Tales. Yeah, I'm actually a huge love Bud Boddicker. I Mill Creek put out some Bud Boddicker stuff too. That's not on this list. Oh, they had Smut. That's what? Did you see it? Emily, I'm very jealous of you. I'm glad you got it. Warlock, well, I'm always around here. I'll always be streaming. Uh, feel free to come in at any time. Uh, you're always welcome. It is a lot harder for some people right now with everything that's going on. Like a lot of people that can't get to see their family, that have been inside for a bit. Um, you just picked up the Marlene Dietrich Indigo. That is a great set, Jesse. Really think you're going to enjoy that. I got that one from my better half, and Vanessa here. I think she's still here. Really, really like talked the hell out of that set. And when it comes to classic film recommendations, Vanessa is one of the people that I really admire. I really trust her opinion. So if Vanessa recommends it, then you know it's going to be good. You can try and relax with your wife and just take it easy. Yeah, do that. I mean, like, have some time together. We're geeky people. The latest Indicator Rogue game. Yours right. I'm looking forward to seeing your unboxing that, George. So that should be fun. And again, I recommend George's channel, guys. So he does have the most indicator of anybody that I've ever seen, and he's an incredible dude. I'll definitely be grabbing the Road Games one down the road because that is just such a good title. Right now, I've got the Umbrella Edition, but as like Jamie said when he was on here, he said the Indicator Edition. Georgie said is going to be the ultimate edition of this film. He said you're never going to get a better edition than what Indicator is putting out right now. It is loaded, and it is going to be something that is going to be a sight to behold. So anybody that's a fan of the film Road Games, it's a film with it's an Australian film directed by the God, oh my gosh, it's killing me tonight. But the guy directed Patrick, the Italian Hitchcock. What's his name again? I do actually. Think of it this way, okay, Vanessa. So it's kind of Rear Window, sort of, on the road. Stacy Keach plays a truck driver. I won't tell you too much, but I can tell you the basic premise of it. Who picks up a hitchhiker played by Jamie Lee Curtis, and they're driving. They're driving along the Australian outback. There's a serial killer, and they think they may have seen him, and it becomes kind of a cat and mouse. So if you like Hitchcockian thrillers, then Richard Franklin. That's right, Richard Franklin. Did anybody say the name? I think it's Richard Franklin. Okay, so it's done. It's directed by the guy that directed Psycho 2, who directed the movie Patrick. Road Games is by far and large, I think, is his best work. Yeah, I have never seen the remake of Road Games, and I really don't know if I want to, but I'll eventually because I'll give any movie a chance. So I'll definitely check it out. But the original Road Games starred Stacy Keach and Jamie Lee Curtis, and it was a gloriously wonderful film, right up to the end, which gave him a bit of a jump. Stacey Keach is so underrated. Like he was supposed to play the Jason Miller role, and I didn't know that. I'm actually kind of glad Jason Miller did it though, because Jason Miller kind of suits that role. Saturday Night Fever too kind of has that kind of that he has that kind of like kind of almost that tortured priest thing going on. Um, it's a blind buy for you, George. You're gonna love it. I really think you are. You like Hitchcock, right? You like thrillers, like Hitchcockian thrillers, because this is definitely what Road Games is. It is a Hitchcockian thriller. It is well paced and it is tight and suspenseful. Am I a fan of the Long Riders? Yes, I am. Actually, I do like that. I got that film downstairs, the DVD. I gotta get. Is there an upgrade for that one? Has that ever been put on a Blu-ray? Do I have that one? Maybe I don't have it. I had it on VHS. Maybe I don't have that. I don't. Maybe I don't have it. Uh, but yeah, hopefully I've sold some of you guys on. Indicator needs to put out Fair Game. Ooh, that would be an interesting title to see. Oh, George, let me know what you think. I want to know your thoughts on road games when you watch it. Dietrich is a force. She's not just an actress. Dietrich is a force of nature, and I gotta say that I do really. She amazes me. Miller Patrick Friedkin, good for Miller. It's hard. I mean, like guys, like I mention on here all the time. I almost went into into acting. That was my first love. But I never went down that road. Basement Blues, man, you have a fantastic evening. Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. I really want to get those freaking Blue Underground 4Ks. Like, I won't get them this Christmas, but eventually I'll get. Honestly, Craig, stage plays mostly. Not so much musicals because I'm not really don't have a great tune. Emily, you have a great evening there. But you know, basic stage plays. I would, I did a lot when I was younger. I did a lot of Sophocles, a lot of Shakespeare, the off stuff, um, some experimental stuff, soap operas, like anything that could go on a that can keep me going. Um, because that's my thing. Anything that could keep me interested. And the way I thought about it, ironically, I thought film wouldn't keep me interested in the acting process because much like much like Hitchcock, once I break down the role, uh, and there's nothing else to challenge me with it, you get bored. And I did want like the scene to get kind of lazy with the with my acting. So I thought with something like an ongoing thing, like a soap opera, something like that, you're getting like scripts on a daily basis, and your character changes. Um, you're detecting a major psycho vibe. Keep watching, Dave. I actually really like Trauma. It's one that I wasn't completely sure on while I was watching it until I got to right to the end, and something that I had suspected early on is without saying it and without it being outright said, is strongly hinted at near the end of the film, and you think you'll like it. Bill and Graham was sold for $20 Canadian each after Christmas last year. I'm struck. See, the thing is, you know how I feel about getting stuff from Unobstructed and being worried I'm going to get like you, like you, man. You're not actually. A lot of people prefer the sequel to the original. I go back and forth on it, but I might actually prefer the part two to part one myself. Depends on the day. But Daughters of Darkness and House Spot Cemetery were the ones to go for. I was going for Daughters of Darkness and New York Ripper were the first two that I wanted oh, New York Ripper. Okay, that's what we said. And those are the first two that I wanted to grab. 3 months away. See, that's the reason, man. I'm actually looking at deep discount. They have some pretty decent prices, and I'm not quite sure. I was heard that their time frame is better. So Milo Ringwald is great in everything, isn't she, man? Any labels we should be watching for Boxing Day? Well, Boxing Day, Dave, is a thing here in Canada and it's in the UK, but Boxing Day is not a thing in the US. So I don't see us seeing any Boxing Day sales from labels like any of the American labels. I don't know if they did them last year, but look at the UK labels. That's where I'd see for stuff like that. I'll keep an eye out. If I know of anything coming up, I will let you know. I don't mind. I mean, three is definitely it's a lesser title, but how much are the underground 4Ks for me in Canada? Um, On Amazon CA right now, Daughter of Darkness is $65, and the House by the Cemetery, New York Ripper are 55. Because initially my better half, yeah, that's what I mean. That's what it takes. It's like I really do. Like when I come in here sometimes and say I've had to save, or I've had to, I'm eating sandwiches this week because I got this title. Uh, that I'm not joking when I say that. Yes, they did. Maniac and Zombie were the 4Ks were the very first two that they did. Um, they did do two sales this year, so hopefully, maybe you never know. Like Vinegar Syndrome initially only does like the Black Friday and half of the Black Friday sale, but last year there was a Valentine's sale, and I should know because I won a gift card during that. Stephanie is great. I mean, I haven't seen Stephanie's busy. I haven't seen Stephanie on here in ages. I gotta say I do miss her popping up every once in a while. But if it wasn't for Stephanie Crawford, I wouldn't have met Brian, and became good friends with him. And he does amazing stuff. So if you're not checking out Brian's videos on a regular basis, you're really missing out. Because when it comes to like looking at the stuff and the gift guides and stuff like that, you that's who you look. That's the guy you look at. I like all the weird stuff, but Brian's a great cross section. Yeah, a lot of companies at online sales. Yeah, Warlock's right to counter the closing of conventions. Yeah, I'm expecting it to be a regular thing at least for the next year. Um, I don't, I do think things will go back to normal eventually, but I don't think it's going to be next 6 months. um, so that's that's what we're seeing right now. We like bears. We've been hibernated so long, and then we just get to go outside. They had a great cast in the Maniac Cop films. Oh, George, have a great evening, man. Enjoy your films there, and we'll talk to you soon. Yeah, there's a lot more people recently buying physical media, and maybe that's because of this whole thing. Um, the one thing I do recommend is if you got like your spouse or your kids or your friends or whatever, that your roommate. Um, Aside from like watching films, I do check out a board game or two, and I'm not just saying like a Monopoly or something like that. Get yourself something like Gloom or Forbidden Island or Pandemic, something kind of fun and cheesy like that. And I might do a video eventually on kind of like talking about some of that stuff, some recommendations, because I know that's the thing. We can only watch so much before we actually want some kind of human interaction. And there's a great channel too that is done by the guys that do Wrestle Talk, and they talk a lot about like the different board games that are out there. So I do recommend that you check that out as well. Fisher Clue board game. I actually got the edition of Clue on the Switch, where I don't have any of the Beyond the Doors ones, particularly about board game. Oh yeah, I don't know if I win every single time. Less streaming stuff to focus more on the movies you're buying. Good idea. Like I haven't been able to watch any streaming stuff really in a long time. I'm still like, there's a show. I watch a lot of British like streamings. That's what I watch a lot of, like behind the curtain here. When I'm not watching my regular movies, um, then so well regular for me. Then what I'm watching is a lot of things like BritBox and Acorn TV. Those are the streaming services that I've got, because both me and my better half like British stuff like Egg the Raisin and all that type of stuff. but I like the darker stuff that she doesn't watch. And there's this one about this like police officer that God, what is it? It's a really really good one too, because it's the girl that was the wife in God, I'm gonna forget the name of it now. That's not MI5. I know MI5 because that's the one with the shocking like first couple episodes. Because you think that person's a star and they just. But no, it's like this girl. She's a police officer, but she's bad. Like she's the bad guy. Um, oh God, let me check. I do a pop. Kind of get on the gist of this podcast again. That's up to Brian. I don't want to put him on the spot, but hopefully, yeah, when he's uh, hopefully sometime in the new year. Uh, there'll be a. Sorry, I just got a notification. They're trying to plan the my nan's funeral, and they asked about like some pictures. But now I'm trying to find that BritBox show. Musical British show. That'll that'll help me. Wait, show, not shoe. Come on, it's not saying detective. Uh, it's Blackpool. She was in Blackpool. She was the wife in Blackpool. Blackpool, by the way, is a British uh, mystery musical that I watch around 3 times a year. Not even joking. Sarah Parish. I know it's Sarah Parish. Bancroft. So Vanessa, if you haven't checked it out, I 110% recommend checking out Bancroft because that rocks. Oh yeah, watch Bancroft. What's my favorite thing Nigel Neal was involved in? Halloween 3. No, I like the Quatermass stuff. Probably the Quatermass stuff because I saw that when I was a kid, and I'm big on Quatermass. I really did. I loved the Hammer films, and I remember going and looking for the original Quatermass stuff that came from television, harder to find. Hey there, Heroic. Welcome, man. So I definitely like kind of grew up on that. There's probably a lot of stuff I'm not even thinking about because Nigel Neal did a lot of stuff. Um, I should check out McCallum. I actually have seen McCallum, a nice bit of it, but there's a lot to check out. Yeah, his script is darker actually, in a different way though. At least it was different. He didn't like the way that Halloween 3 turned out. He didn't like the changes. He had his name taken off it. It is on Prime. Uh, the way that a lot of this stuff works, Brian, I'm not sure if you're in Canada or the U.S., but in Canada, maybe it's in the United States too. Prime has a bunch of like app channels, like extra channels that you can pay like $2 or $4 for. Sometimes you get like a month free type of thing to try them out. And and BritBox and Acorn TV are the two British ones that they have on Prime. You had to pay extra to see those, but we already had Prime anyway, and we got like 3 months free of of the British channels. and we took them, and we actually ended up like having to give up Criterion Channel because it was getting real expensive. Beautiful channel, wonderful, fantastic streaming service. He definitely would have been less reliant on the gore. Definitely would have been more cerebral with it. That may have bothered him with some of the more gory aspects of Halloween 3. It's very expensive, like Vanessa. I'll be honest with you, especially right now. British Rams seem to be definitely. I think they're. I think with their. I almost like put my finger right in my mouth. I was trying to scratch the side of my right there. See, um, suck my thumb. But yeah, they're like what Severin with their 4K releases and their bundles, and what I think is a good idea, which is giving everybody a chance, one last chance to get in on the Black Friday stuff. You had to drop several others to see you in the opposite direction. See, like me right now, I dropped a lot of streaming services that I had because like let's make underrated student Ronex. What is like is Ronex Roneflix, or are we talking about a different one? Maybe I don't know it. If I don't know it, then it's definitely underrated. Um, I'm actually gonna do a video on like underrated like labels, like and well specifically ones I don't have anything of. That'll be something we'll be able to talk about on here. Tremors 4K and Vigilante. Oh, nice. Was there now with Vigilante 4K? Because I didn't get to check that one out. Why is Salo on Criterion? Because it's more of a classic film. I don't think I would not put Salo and Serbian film in the same category. Uh, I do think that Salo is trying to say something, but I don't believe and this is just me. Like, understand this is just my thoughts, nobody else's. I don't buy the Serbian film thing. Like like this is my political statement. Like, I don't buy. I buy it with Salo. I don't buy it with Serbian film. But again, that's just me. Like, that's one dude's opinion. Like, what's my favorite public domain horror film? Is it Night of the Living Dead? That's a really good question. Yeah, that is an awesome question, actually. And classic flicks and make flicks are two that I got to really check out, too. I spoke with David Sterling the other day because had I wanted to get the Camp Blood set, and I wanted to see how much it was. Uh, but I couldn't afford it. So I try to stream as much as I possibly can when I'm not working, Brian, especially. I'm not working this weekend, so you're probably going to see a couple streams coming up then. So look for me then. But best thing is like subscribe and hit the bell notification bell, and hopefully that way you'll find out for sure. I need to get a better like schedule. Favorite public domain horror film is Carnival of Souls public domain? Because if it is, Carnival of Souls. How many streams I do a week on average? Well, lately it's been less than big. I've been a bit more stressed out, but I've been trying to do some more stuff for the Patreon channel as well. So if you're a Patreon subscriber, and I got a couple of new ones recently, so thank you so much, guys. Then you're going to notice that you're starting to see a lot more content on my Patreon page, and that is totally on purpose. I'm trying to kick my butt in gear. So I'd say on a good week, like it's like 2 to 3 times a week. On some crazy weeks, I go at least four. But 2 to 3 times a week, I try to stream. I think Severin takes the money right away for pre-orders. I'm pretty sure they do actually, because when I pre-ordered from Severin, they've taken my money right away. Yeah, Warlock's right. But yeah, the Devils is the one that's been lying on my list. I've got the BFI release, like that's still a little bit cut. Actually, I love Messiah of Evil, but I haven't seen it in ages. Like the way I see it, guys, like when it comes to whether Human Centipede or like this, there's always a film for somebody. It's always like it's it's always somebody's taste. That's not always mine. Like I said, like Theater Bazaar is one that definitely was a big thing for a lot of people and a lot of those directors as well. But for me, it just wasn't my wasn't on brand for me at the time. Like to be like bluntly honest, like I'm more along the Blood Satan's Claw. This is a Severin release, by the way. That's really good. Oliver Reed, and that name alone should just give it away. Hey there, Twisted Cinema. Because they made money. But there's a lot of really good stuff when it comes to Vinegar Syndrome. Stuff that I still haven't got checked out. Sorry, Severin that I haven't checked out yet. That I bought in the last sale. So for the person asking about Robo War, here it is right here. And it does come with the soundtrack. So always a plus to have a soundtrack. And there's the card with that. Vampire Hookers is by Sirius Santiago. It is a bunch of fun. It is just go in Kubrick knowing that it is cheesy as all hell, and it is just fun. Sirius Santiago's movies that's what they are. They're silly fun, and they're never. The thing is that they'll never bore you. Uh, I can't say I've ever been bored. I've never like had to go for a tea break during a serious Santiago film because there's always something going on screen. So Vampire Hookers may have a crappy title, but it's way better than you think it is. Well, it's definitely one of the best release. I love Blood and Satan's Claw. Well, to be fair, Jesse, I would definitely be like promoting Slugs. Slugs is an excellent little film. Slugs was put out by Jean Picard Simon. So never diss the Slugs. Markwave Massacre, it's all right, but Slugs is really good. Way better than it should be, especially for a movie called Slugs. For a movie called Slugs, it's like like you expect something different. But yeah, I got a few of my since Severin stuff is we're talking about. I got a few of my Severins here. I guess I could give you guys like a look. This is like most of this is from the sale stuff. Again, not everything's for everybody. I gotta just be very careful with some of this. I actually had fun with Massacre in Dinosaur Valley. one that is actually is a cannibal one, but I didn't mind it. We're from the Girls' Dormitory, really good, and also again, soundtrack included. When you're looking at the Severin stuff, guys, say if you're going to buy a bundle, or you're going to buy 1 or 2 discs, and you want to get up enough. John Carradine isn't Vampire Hookers. He's the main vampire. He's the Dracula, as they would say. So you look for extra stuff. Like here's a couple like recommendations. Horror on Party Beach. It's a monster musical. Not even joking. You know, I should write down my order number for Severin because I got that thing that, you know. The Uncanny, which I still haven't watched yet. I gotta watch that one. Seen it years ago, but. Same with Gwendolyn. So this is my copy of Gwendolyn. This is the damaged copy. And there is Primitives, which I got because I was getting the other stuff and it was part of it. And I'm still not sold on Primitives. Oh, sorry to talk to you. People are going up and not even noticing it. I apologize. What do I think? The music group, the Bee Gees. Actually, I like the Bee Gees a lot, actually. The Killer Crocodiles double feature is really, really good. I don't know the Flesh Eaters that well. I have here. Paganini Horror. If you like the Italian stuff, and of course Darren Niccolodi's in this one. Rest in peace, Darren Niccolodi. The Boys Next Door. Everybody should own this title. It's really, really good. It's Penelope Spears, and she's like fantastic director. What's the double feature? Vampire Hookers and Death Force. They're both Ciro Santiago films, by the way. Beast in Heat, because it has a excellent little like Nazi exploitation documentary. Death Force is a lot of fun too. Like Death Force is like a cheesy action film. It's kind of like a kung fu, black exploitation. You just got to go into it. Basically, it's a guy who gets like these people kind of set him up, and he ends up on this island where he meets this guy that teaches him like kung fu, and then he goes back for revenge. Think like Count of Monte Cristo with kung fu. Zombie 3 and 4, which by the way, Heath, great video with Heath on Zombie 3 and 4, man. And of course, Devil's Reign, sexy cover. Wanted to end off with some recommendations. And I think that's what I love that movie. Boss Next Door. I'm a huge like Maxwell Caulfield fan too. Grease 2, man. One of my favorites. All right. So, guys, I'm going to say a couple things. One, thank you for keeping me company tonight, because I truly needed the distraction. And you guys are awesome. That my better half would say the same thing. Although we did like both of them, Jesse. It's been a tough month here, and this is the toughest day so far. Thanks, Vanessa. But I promise I'm going to keep coming on here and streaming and keeping it positive. Like, so we can all have fun and enjoy some good movies and some good friends and some conversation and some lively debates. Wasting time. Thanks, Jesse. Me too. If your family's nearby, give them a hug. Let them know that you appreciate them. If you got like parents or grandparents that are out there somewhere, give them a call and just let them know that you're thinking of them. It might be like a 5 or 10 minute thing for you, but for them, it's priceless. Again, I am Aaron. You are the Call to Cinema. You guys rock. You guys are amazing. Uh, Thank you so much for all that you guys do for me. Uh, Call and show. I wonder how that would work. But anyway, for my Patreon supporters as well, Crimson College, you guys are amazing. For my super chatters, you saved my butt this month. And have a great, great, great evening. And it is 100%, not even lying. Me too, Jesse. Fingers crossed they are. It's time for tea. Talk to you soon.